First, Muslims and Christians work together to continue the efforts of cultural reconstruction through education in this wide sense, particularly education in family life. These efforts are needed to be implemented because a culture of peace, respect, tolerance, and inclusivity cannot emerge naturally and spontaneously in society. Instead, it must be arranged in such a way through the education system. Why is it important? To reduce prejudice in society, children must be taught to embrace multiculturalism. A few researchers found that prejudice and bias are often learned in childhood. So, education is a means to a harmonious multicultural society. Multicultural education can shield people from the negative effects of globalization. Multicultural education promotes the universal values of religion, which teach peace and justice and promote human dignity. I do believe that the implementation of multicultural education will be very useful for a diverse country like Indonesia. Secondly, Muslim and Christian work together to continue the efforts of law reform. We have to reform some laws and public policies which are not conducive to the establishment of peace and justice, as well as the upholding of human rights. Last but not least, Muslim and Christian work together to continue efforts for the renewal of religious interpretation. Current interpretation, as widely practiced in the Muslim community and also in the Christian community, is not at all compatible with the principles of human rights, particularly women's rights and gender equality. So, we have to propose a new interpretation of religion which is more conducive to promoting peace and justice and upholding human rights. It is this type of interpretation which will lead us to eliminate all forms of prejudice, hatred, and violence. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Musdah Mulia. Just to be precise, Musdah Mulia got a award from International Women of Courage, from Asia Pacific, from, I think, the Secretary of State, Condoleezza Rice. And then in 2009, she got Woman of the Year, 2009 in Italy. So my dear brothers and sisters, we have heard how Professor Musdah Mulia spoke not just from academic point of view, but also from her own experience. Now, time for open forum, questions and answer. But before question and answer, I do believe that her fight to dialogue, promotion of dialogue, is indeed connected necessarily to promotion of justice and equality. And that's why then she has been so actively forming the NGOs and also involving herself to the organization together with Christians and other religions. So
especially in the field of politics and religion, how do you see the status of women in Indonesia as compared to other countries, according and based to your experience? Thank you.
Thank you. Father Groh?
Yeah, thank you. I agree with the importance of education and how we can bring some through religion, feeling and education to our youth. In the Catholic Church and in my parish, it is very difficult to bring to the youth some feeling of religion. They live in the emptiness of religion, and it is a problem. They don't only don't know the other religion, but their own religion they don't know. How to help the youth to have more feeling and to religion. In the system in Indonesia, where the religious education is so academic, and now with nilai lah, okay, value for the examination. So it is no more education, religion education, but only absolute condition to follow the examination, but not a conviction.
Okay. Drago?
Father Drago, thank you for your excellent presentation. My question is about multiculturalism. This multiculturalism in Europe, it seems it's in a crisis. Sarkozy, Merkel, and other leaders, political, see that it doesn't work. And in reality, there are difficulties. It was this paradigm, at least, European paradigm of multiculturalism was built to peace, to bring peace in Europe. And it seems it worked between European cultures. But now, when people, mainly Muslim from all over the world, come in Europe, it doesn't work anymore. So there is a big problem. This kind of paradigm of culture, multiculturalism, it seems that melting pot, American melting pot, is much better to accept people from different cultures and different religions. I don't know how you think about this. Or you are building here another paradigm of multiculturalism. And linked to this question is also, there is in Europe or in Western countries another big debate now. It's how to accept, let's say, the culture of sexual minorities, of gender orientations and things like this. How it works here in this multicultural, let's say, Indonesian paradigm, if these questions are here already or not. One day they will be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Professor Musdah, you may answer all these questions.
Thank you so much for your comment and your question. The first question is about women in Indonesia. Actually, Indonesia has ratified the Convention of the Elimination of All Forms Discrimination Against Women. We call it CEDAW in 1984. But frankly speaking, that the problems of Indonesian women is still goes to health and reproductive rights. Yeah. Why? Because for this issue is very